Hello my fragrance lovers and my good smelling companions, Dominic here for Fragrance Reviews. So we do have one more fragrance review going, and now that we have another one added to the collection, I'll be rolling straight on after this to the spray off video that we were talking about, and should be looking forward to getting into that. That'll be a bit of fun. We'll be comparing strengths of different fragrances, pairing them off and that kind of thing. But that will be coming straight after this one. So what we have today is a look at Jo Malone London. Now, I'll show you the packaging in a moment. A little bit about my introduction to it. It was that lovely day when I came across the whole Jo Malone section in one of those big duty-free areas of the airport, and it just looked so inspiring, so elegant. These were luxury designer kind of niche fragrances, and similar to, you know, perhaps Penhaligon or something like that. A brand with a lot of pride and with pricey fragrances, really. So I dipped right into it, and they had these miniatures there, and I got into sniffing some of them, and the lady was there, you know, showing me which ones she thought were brilliant and all of this sort of thing, and she was recommending some, I think Pear and Freesia or something like that, which is probably something I should have gone for. It's perhaps a bit more masculine, or there's one pomegranate and something else. But this is something I want to look into. But I wanted to bring back that nostalgia of pretty much the first sniff I had, which happened to be Orange Blossom. This one is slightly more on the feminine side, but I've been using it already for a few days. I just wanted to say that before doing the video, that I've already been trying this one that I'm about to show you for the performance, and it's like I can't get enough of it. It's divine. But that first smell of this one called Orange Blossom was really something. You could almost taste it. It was almost like liquid. It was just, you know, it really went into you, this whole fragrance, the freshness, the moist of it. You could get everything. It was just really quite an experience, and the fact is I've been able to get away with actually wearing it for a while. It's just the smell, you know, it's just so good. It's not terribly feminine to me. I mean, it is pretty feminine, but it's definitely something I think I can get away with calling a unisex fragrance. Now, they say that all the Jo Malone fragrances pretty much can be combined with others in the same line, and so I suppose maybe the good news is this one, for example, could be combined with jasmine and mint, and the blue agave and cacao. That's the name of it. So I could have maybe one or two sprays of that, and then one of the Orange Blossom or something. But, you know, I'd like to actually get some more of these fragrances, I think, because they're just so good. You get quite a good bit in a 30ml bottle. They're fairly nice, slender, elegant bottles. But yes, that was my first experience, and it was one that I wanted, and of course it was a bit of a high price, so backed off at that point in time. Was tempted, alright, but, you know, I finally got my hands on it, and after getting my nose into it and everything, and I don't know, I'm happy with having it. The customer experience, there's always the option of making it even like a gift set or a gift box for someone, but it's already packaged as though it's a gift. Each fragrance comes in this beautiful little box with a black ribbon sort of diagonally along the top, and we're going to go and have a look. So that's that, and we're going to be looking at Orange Blossom and giving that a little breakdown, and I'll be talking a bit more about my experience with it since I've been wearing it a couple of days. So I'll show you the box now, the packaging. We also get this, by the way. So yeah, you know, they come in these sort of little bags, almost like a Santa stocking or something. Right, so and inside our bag we have the actual fragrance. And voila. So yeah, this one on the box. They will have fairly minimal things. Just it'll just say Jo Malone London on the actual box. Fragrance itself will tell you which version or flavour, etc. you will be getting. And that is our presentation. They will all come in boxes like this. You'll have this name for just saying the brand name, and these nice, this nice cream-coloured, hard, kind of almost heavy-duty cardboard, almost like wooden, but it's not. It's just heavy-duty cardboard, and the top bit, and then this smaller bit underneath, and so that it's nice and presentable like that, with the black edging, and underneath you have the black as well. So I'm going to slide off the ribbon, and we're going to get inside this juicy, adorable fragrance, and it comes off like so to reveal your fragrance. That is impressive. So the customer experience is brilliant. There's this whole air of importance. As soon as you open it up, you know that this is a serious kind of luxury fragrance. Very beautiful colognes. The top slides off a little bit stiff, but I'll get into that right now. So we're going to take our bottle out of the box, and here we are. So this will be a little hard to see due to lighting, etc. But on it we do have the well, the sort of the, what do you call it, the branding, and the actual name is right underneath that. Anyways, it's going to be even, perhaps you can sort of get that. Yeah, sorry about the focus and the lighting. It's really very small here. You can't actually, there's no way you could really, if you had a collection of them on your counter, it'd be quite, you'd have to sort of look fairly close to make sure you picked up the right one. But here we are. This is the Orange Blossom, and I'm going to get a little douse of this right now. So we're slipping our top off, and there we are. Takes a bit of effort to get the top off, but you know, you don't want it falling off either. So it's got these fairly slender, rounded off edges, as in like the, it's not pointy, it's just like that. And they do have a whole range of body lotions, bath oils, the whole lot. I even got a bath oil by mistake once. And so let's get a spray going, and we have a nice golden sort of a rim around here, slight little bit of info on the back, but it's plain, elegant, and looks fairly beautiful. Let's get a little spray going. Oh, you're just swept into this scent. I mean, it's very calm opening. There's nothing rough about it. It's just sweet, soft, powerful, really quite beautiful. Oh yes, as I was saying, like it's something, it's difficult to get enough of it, but it's a strong one. So the advantage again with fairly classy ones that are quite pricey is that you can get away with having less on and still get noticed in quite a unique way, because it's Jo Malone, you know, it's going to affect people around you. You are going to smell good, and you're going to be noticed. Now, I still haven't exactly figured out the whole appropriateness of where and when you'd wear these kind of things. I just know that it's a really beautiful scent, and getting into it, it's sort of unisex. So so far with my experience, I've had about 5 compliments, men and women, giving these compliments within 2 days. So this really is a compliment getter, that's for sure. And nobody was saying that it was too feminine, but you know, I think I'd do better to get one that's more of a masculine fragrance. But oh my goodness, it's, you know, it's one of these ones you just like to keep smelling it, and having it around has this pleasant air. I'm not sure, it's just that you smell really good and really fresh. And so it's a fairly floral one. It's the Orange Blossom, but inspired by this stay in Hotel Bel Air, and that was in Los Angeles, and it brought the idea that it had this sort of, they say, a romantic kind of atmosphere from times of colonial Spain. Now, here's a little funny incident. We were sitting there, and one of my mates says, I'm thinking of that time that time I went to Spain, the first time I went there, and he started talking about that. I don't know whether they were watching something, but we definitely weren't watching anything to do with Spain, or whether it was the music or something, but I was kind of there, and he'd already complimented the fragrance, so I was like, oh my gosh, that is some coincidence. Maybe it wasn't anything to do with the fragrance, but you never know. He started talking about Spain, and this thing is supposed to evoke that sort of a vibe, if you like. So that was a nice little thing to have happened, a little incident. But it shows that sometimes these themes really can go out into the air and affect other people, and we never know whether he was also prompted a little to mention stay in Spain from this. I mean, they are talking about kind of older Spain, but you know, let's face it, it's the same country, and you get perhaps similar vibes to when it was in older times, right? But I thought I'd mention that because it was a fun little fact. So I think where I'd like to go forward with this kind of thing is maybe buy a few more and check them out, and maybe pair them up, compare a few with others. Now, it's just a branch I like to get into, but really my overall preference is still for the masculine colognes, which you know, for men, and this stuff is very interesting. I'd like to have a little bit of a collection, maybe about have 4 or 5 of these, just for that little powerhouse of scent. I mean, it wouldn't be beyond me to spray it a bit around just in the room, just to get some nice aromas going on. But you know, you don't want to waste these either, obviously, because they're a bit pricey. But something about having kind of just a rich one around you. It will last a good long time, so it has brilliant projection, brilliant longevity. The projection, no problem. It's a powerful fragrance with fairly, I mean, the actual number of notes are not huge, but these are meant to be quite powerful. Now, there are fragrances that might last a bit longer, have better projection for certain, but it's the quality of the smell in this thing. Now, I think Jazz Club and those things perhaps do an even better job at evoking certain themes, but this does it really well. You see, it's the ingredients that they're pushing, so you can smell the ingredients as if it's sort of really natural and really fresh, and just you can smell the very expertise from these fragrances. So if it's something you're interested in getting into, take a dive, you know. It opens up with the cadrat, green notes, clementine leaf, so we're getting this green and leafy kind of opening. Then immediately we go into the heart note of orange blossom and water lily. And then with a dry down, more orange blossom and lilac. So the overall theme really is the orange blossom here, and so it's got the floral note alright, but there are these nice leafy, almost herbal sort of openings on the top of it, and then the lilac, and so the green notes and greenish, floral, fresh, very sort of extremely pleasant, pleasing fragrance to smell on a man or woman, preferably a woman, I have to say, but you know, it would just work a bit better. But there's more feminine ones out there than this, you can be sure. There's red roses, there's all these other ones. So if you're a guy, you can get away with wearing this thing. If you want to smell really good but not crazy feminine, like if you're a girl, then this also would be good for you. So that would be a bit of a breakdown on this one. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's good for probably more of a day wear thing, I think. think there's other things you could do for kind of nights out, but I think it would be a very unoffensive thing to wear at work again. But this one also, it's not so formal either. It's just this beautiful, lovely, almost charming kind of a fragrance. So I've been happy to review this one for you, and I will be looking forward to getting onto a spray off video where I will be seeing you next. So again, thanks for joining, and as always, march forward, smelling good.